Hey everyone, welcome back to Endless Money Pits. This is my 2016 Honda CBR500R, and today I'll be doing a quick step-by-step of how to change the air filter. On this bike, the air filter is due to be changed every 12,000 miles or about 19,000 kilometers. This bike has seen almost 13,000 miles of mostly highway riding, so it will be interesting to see how dirty the factory filter has gotten over the last 3 to 4 years. Here are the tools that I used for this job. 5mm Allen wrench, Phillips screwdriver, stubby Phillips screwdriver, an electric screwdriver, not required of course. This flexible screwdriver attachment was very helpful. Magnetic bowls are helpful for a lot of jobs. The first step is to remove the 2 bolts holding down the seat. To access these, fold up the rear corners of the seat. I have a custom seat that's extra thick and makes getting to these screws extra difficult. If you don't remove your seat very often, this is a good opportunity to check your battery voltage. This is a 12-volt battery. It has 6 cells, each supplying 2.1 volts, so a reading of 12.6 volts or more is the sign of a healthy battery. Next, we'll need to remove the battery and this electrical connector so we can get access to the airbox. Using your Phillips screwdriver, remove the negative battery connection, and then the positive connection. Then you can unhook the rubber strap and pull the battery from the bike. I needed a shorter Phillips screwdriver to get at the screw for the electrical connection. Remove the screw and pull the connection away from the airbox. Now we're ready to remove the 4 Phillips screws that secure the airbox cover. There is 1 screw in each corner of the cover, and there isn't much working room. This is where the flexible attachment came in handy. This flexible magnet also came in handy here when I dropped the screwdriver bit down where I couldn't see it. With the final screw loosened, the airbox cover along with the air filter can be carefully pulled from the bike. Look at the front of the air filter and you'll see it is held on by 4 more Phillips screws that we will remove over at the bench. Don't forget your magnetic bowl. And just like that, we're halfway done. Let's compare the new filter with the old one. Under the light, it's obvious that the old filter was very dirty and was due for replacement. I can even see a bee or a wasp inside the filter. Considering how dirty this one is, I think I'll replace the next filter at 10,000 miles instead of 12,000. Before installing the new filter, be sure to clean the filter housing. Mine was covered in dust, but a quick wipe with a rag got rid of most of it. The foam gasket on the new filter appears to be pre-oiled, so we're good to go. Make sure the filter is oriented correctly, it only fits one way, and get the screws started by hand. I like to use the electric screwdriver to save some time, then a manual screwdriver for the final torquing so I don't strip the screws or leave them too loose. Don't forget to pop in the 2 lower screws on the airbox cover. This will make installation much easier. Before reinstalling the cover, it's a good idea to take a look inside the airbox and make sure nothing has fallen inside. Any dirt or debris that gets past the air filter can cause severe damage to the inside of the engine. Make sure the airbox cover is oriented correctly, with the intake vent pointing toward the right side of the bike. The cover will sort of fall into place when properly seated. Reinstalling the airbox screws is a little trickier than removing them, but it shouldn't take more than a few minutes with proper tools. At this point, I got distracted with a wiring relay I had installed a couple of years ago for auxiliary lights. I never got the lights to work, so I decided to take a few minutes here and remove the wiring. Okay, with that out of the way, it's time to reattach the electrical junction. Making sure that the battery compartment is free of debris, grab your battery and check that your positive and negative terminals are oriented properly. Slide the battery into place, then reattach the rubber strap to hold it down. Final warning, installing the battery backwards will cause major electrical damage. Just make sure that the positive cable goes to the positive terminal and the negative cable goes to the negative terminal. All that's left is to reinstall the seat. Make sure the little arm coming from the front of the seat slides into place under the gas tank and that the bolt holes line up properly. Tighten the bolts, then try lifting up around the edges of the seat to make sure it is fully installed. That concludes this week's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more helpful video. That concludes this week's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more helpful videos like this. And have a great day. No, that's stupid. Good enough.